Hi, this is Chris Maroules, Director of Cardiac Imaging at SimonMed, and I'm very pleased to be here today to share with you an exciting new offering that we have at SimonMed, which is AI plaque analysis, an analysis that we can perform after your coronary CT angiogram. So I think everyone is well aware that heart attacks are the number one killer in our society, and it's the number one killer of men and women. And too often, this is the first sign of heart disease. Heart disease is often referred to as the silent killer, and it's estimated that 80% of heart disease is preventable. And we now have this exciting new tool, AI plaque analysis, that can do a more sophisticated analysis of the type of plaque that you have building up in your heart and ultimately use that information to direct appropriate management and lower your risk for a future heart attack. So, what exactly is AI plaque analysis? This is advanced software that takes the CAT scan data that we acquire from your heart and it provides quantitative analysis of all the different types of plaque that you have within your coronary arteries. What we know now is that there's different types of plaque that build up over time. Some plaque is actually not that bad. Other plaque is actually really bad, and it is more predictive of a future heart attack. And so with the AI plaque analysis, we get volumetric data. We get actually a volume of this plaque in cubic millimeters and a breakdown of all these different subtypes, including that high risk plaque that I just mentioned. And what's really cool is that all of this information is obtained from the coronary CTA that you had. It does not require any additional testing. It doesn't require any additional radiation. It can all be ascertained from that coronary CT angiogram. So, what are the benefits? Why should your physician order it? Like I mentioned, this AI plaque analysis has already been shown to be an independent predictor of future heart attacks. There are very large scale studies already underway that are actually looking at this in more detail to try to understand exactly how the AI plaque analysis will prevent future heart attacks by directing appropriate patient management. So this is very exciting. Optimizing and personalizing your management is really our goal here. And so with this additional data, your provider can put you on the appropriate management plan to ultimately prevent you from having a future heart attack or stroke. They can also monitor your response to therapy over time. Because this data is quantitative and we get volumetric measurements of plaque, we can actually track it over time to determine, is the medication working or is it not working? So how does it work? First, you come into SimonMed Imaging and we perform a standard coronary CTA scan. Next, we send this data off-site to an AI company that actually segments out the coronary arteries, provides a detailed assessment of the plaque volume and the plaque subtypes, and they send this back to us. One of our cardiac radiologists reviews the data, makes sure everything looks good. They do an analysis of all the other structures around your heart and in your heart, and then we provide you a final report. How do your physicians order it? So this is actually very easy, but it's very important to remember that in order to perform this AI plaque analysis, we not only need an order for the coronary CTA, which is this code 75574, or the code with FFR, coronary CTA with conditional FFR, which is 75574 and 7580. We need one additional code for the AI plaque analysis, which is a unique code, and that is 0623T. And so we make this very easy on our standard SimonMed ordering forms by just allowing your provider to check a box here for coronary CTA with plaque analysis. And this AI plaque analysis is going to be offered by multiple vendors, but our promotional plaque analysis is being offered by HeartFlow. So that's important to indicate that here. So why choose SimonMed for this AI plaque analysis? Our value is, I think, very, very strong for both patients and providers. We have one of the most skilled, highly qualified cardiac imaging teams in the entire country. And so we provide very high quality cardiac imaging, rivaling tertiary medical centers at a very low cost. We also have the ability to get these exams scheduled very quickly, oftentimes even next day. We have over 170 locations throughout the United States, and we have really one of the largest physician-led outpatient radiology groups in the United States. So a very large team and a very skilled team. Some of our cardiac radiologists are on guidelines committees. They're actually working with industry sponsors, former presidents of medical societies, a very, very skilled team. This is an example of what an AI plaque analysis report will look like. As you can see, it provides a very detailed segmentation of the coronary arteries, as well as volumetric data on all those different types of plaque that I discussed earlier, including the high-risk vulnerable plaque. So remember, coronary artery disease is the #1 killer of both men and women. I think if we have a better understanding of the plaque that's building up inside our arteries before we develop symptoms, that gives us and empowers us to put together a very personalized management plan and ultimately prevent a heart attack or a stroke or cardiovascular death down the road. So this is a preventive tool that allows us to really understand what's going on inside our heart to prevent a future adverse event. So we look forward to caring for you and answering any questions that you might have about coronary CTA and AI plaque analysis. I encourage you, if you have questions, to please contact your SimonMed representative, and we're always here to help and to serve you. Thank you so much.